Asalamualaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my channel, guys. So this is my Ramadan preparation video. In this video, I'm going to share with you everything I am doing to prepare myself for the month of Ramadan. As you guys know, I love this month and I always make an effort to prepare for it. So as we begin today's video, I wanted to start off, as I usually do, with a quick review and also goal setting for this year. So that is what you guys see me doing here. But I want to keep my goals private for this year. So I just want to share with you guys what you can do to prepare yourself for Ramadan. So as you know, review last Ramadan, what things went well, what things didn't go so well. Which one of your goals that you had would you like to improve or continue with more intensity, with more frequency? So maybe if you made adhkar or spend like 30 minutes making adhkar each day, maybe this year you want to up that and take it to 40 minutes. If you performed the 12 extra rakats last year, maybe this year you want to do even more than that. So think about extra things that you would like to do. Also, I have some possible Ramadan goals listed here for you guys that you can choose from. Things like praying the Fard prayers on time, praying the Fard prayers with khushu, memorizing a juz from the Quran or just one particular surah that you want to memorize. Or you can also have things like performing Taraweeh every day. That could be a target for this year. It could also have things like performing itikaf at the masjid, as it is the sunnah. Or for us women, we can actually also perform itikaf at home. But others do argue that since the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, performed itikaf in the masjid, then it should be at the masjid. But whichever one you can do, you can choose to have that as a goal as well. You can also include having goals such as making dua for someone else after each salah. Most often we focus on ourselves and the difficulties we are going through, and then we forget that when we make dua for others, the angels say Ameen, and the same for you. So it's also a way of helping ourselves out. We also have other examples of goals, such as having different charities you can choose to donate to, paying your zakat, helping a homeless person, building a house or a masjid for the needy, for those of us who can afford it. Provide sanitary items for women in need, visiting the sick. There is so much that can be done. So that is my first goal, is to set my Ramadan goals for this year. Next, I want to check my bank account and make sure that there is enough in there for me to do the charitable acts that I would like to do this Ramadan. And so I encourage you guys to do the same. You know, things have gotten financially very difficult all over the world for everyone. So it's even more so important to make sure that you set some money aside from your income that's coming in to make sure that you can do some charitable deeds during the month of Ramadan that may involve money, if that is something that you're able to do. Okay, after that, I am focusing on certain chapters of the Quran that I want to create some video content around. So I'm going to take my time, go through the Quran, and the one goal that I don't mind sharing is that I am planning to read the chapters of the Quran that I usually don't read. So I don't know about you guys, but I have a habit where there are just certain surahs that I really enjoy, and I tend to read those over and over again. But then I don't really cover the others. So this year I'm picking those particular surahs that I don't read most often, and this Ramadan I'm going to focus on those surahs. I'm going to recite them in Arabic, and also recite them in English, and also contemplate upon them, learn the lessons that I can learn from them. And if you guys don't know, I'm going to do a series this year, insha'Allah, where I'm going to be taking the lessons from a particular chapter of the Quran. So make sure you follow me this Ramadan for the collection of video where I'll be covering those, insha'Allah. So yeah, that's just what I'm going to make sure I focus on doing. So after I've planned which surahs I'm going to cover, I also want to set out my Ramadan video collection list. So every year I do a playlist of different videos that I like to watch during the month of Ramadan. And this year, Abu Bakr Zod, if I've pronounced his name correctly, is a sheikh that I really enjoy listening to. I learn a lot from his videos here on YouTube. So he has a certain series of videos that I really want to watch. So I'm creating a playlist now, and that is one of the first series of videos to go on that playlist. So I'm going to share my playlist and make it live on my channel. So if you guys want to watch the videos that I'm watching during Ramadan, then you can always check out my playlist on my channel as well, and you'll be able to find this year's Ramadan playlist, and you can watch different videos. So that is just what I am creating now. I encourage you guys to do the same. Just make sure you have a collection of positive things to listen to during the month of Ramadan, so you don't end up consuming just nonsense on social media, you know, so we can be productive and make the most of our time. So I highly recommend you guys create a playlist, or just make sure that you have the chick that you want to listen to ready, easily available on your phone for you to listen to, so you don't go astray and start listening to other things that aren't beneficial. Okay, next we get into the motherhood stuff, and as you guys know, I am a mom now, so this Ramadan I am planning to fast as much as I can. I will say this though, it is not compulsory for a new mom with a newborn to fast if she's not able to, or if the fasting will pose a risk to both her and the baby, then she can fast later on. She can pay back the number of days that she missed or she didn't fast during the month of Ramadan. I'm just choosing to fast this Ramadan because I feel that I can. I'm just going to play it by ear though, so I'll see as it goes. The days when I can, I will do my best to fast, and if I feel like I can't, I'll just let it go and pay back later. So I just thought it's very important to mention that. First thing that I'm trying to do is to create a milk supply, guys. So this is the pump that I use to express my milk, because my daughter only feeds from my milk. So I'm trying to create a supply that I can keep in the refrigerator, so that in case I'm not producing enough milk, I will still have enough milk to feed her whilst I'm fasting, because it can take a lot of energy and a lot of eating and drinking to produce enough milk, and I always want to make sure that there is more than enough food for her to eat. So this is the LV pump, and that is what I use to pump and express my milk. And then I use these bags to kind of store my milk and keep them in the fridge, in the freezer, actually not in the fridge. I use these bags to keep my milk in the freezer, and breast milk can stay in the freezer for up to 6 months to a year, I heard. So that's perfect. I'm going to start building my supply now. Don't wait until Ramadan comes in. So this is the amount of milk that I was able to express within about 15 to 20 minutes, which is about 70 mils. So as you guys can see here, these bags, they come with a part that you can kind of cut open, or you can just pull it apart to open up the bag, and then you pour your milk in and you can store it in your freezer. Try to store it flat, because breast milk comes in like different consistencies, and you want to make sure that all the consistency like stays the same. So I like to store my milk flat in the freezer. So yeah, this is basically what I do. I remove the milk, I put it in the bag, and it goes into the freezer. That is of course after I've already taken out whatever I want to feed her. So sometimes she takes from me and sometimes she takes from the bottle, and that is because I like for her dad to also be able to help me feed her sometimes, and I want her to get used to being bottle fed as well, because if I'm in public and I don't want to, you know, feed in public from me, then I can just give her a bottle and she won't have any issues taking from me. And so far, alhamdulillah, sometimes she feeds from me, sometimes she feeds from the bottle, but 100% of the time she only has breast milk. And if your milk is coming in, do your best to only feed your baby breast milk, because there is nothing that compares to it. People call it liquid gold, and it literally is. So do your best, but if you can't, just do the best that you can. If you have to give your child formula, you have to give your child formula. There's no other way the baby has to eat. So don't stress yourself too much, but if you can give them breast milk, definitely the best for them. So I've started doing my store right there. As you guys can see, it goes in the freezer, and it's actually very easy to heat up again. All I do is heat up some water in the kettle. I keep it in this flask. When I'm ready to feed the baby, I pour the water into the top container, and I open up the milk I cut it open or just dip it into the warm water, and then it kind of defrosts, and then you can pour it into your baby's bottle and feed the baby if your baby feeds from a bottle. And I must mention that this will only work if your child also feeds from a bottle, because if they don't feed from a bottle and you express, how are you going to get the food into the baby's mouth? It's not going to work, right? So yeah, as you guys can see here, I'm just demonstrating how easy it can be to freeze and defreeze your milk so that you can give it to your baby whenever you are ready, if you are feeding your baby only breast milk. Of course, if your baby is having formula, you don't have to do all of this. You just prepare your formula as and when it's necessary. So yeah, guys, this is what I'm planning to do. Inshallah, it works. Okay, the next thing is to prepare my bag for Taraweeh. So I am being ambitious and hoping that I will be able to perform at least 1 or 2 Taraweehs at the masjid each week. If I can do more than that, I'll be very grateful, but I just don't know how it's going to be with me being a mom. So the previous bag that you saw is the usual bag that I take, but I don't really like backpacks. So I'm transferring everything into my handbag. So I'll just take my handbag with me to the masjid. So I'm currently taking everything that's normally in my handbag out. And then I'm going to take a few things, literally the essentials, with me. First thing is this changing bag right here that I got from Amazon. It's so good. It has so many different compartments in there. I have my baby's nappies and also some wipes. There is also a section where you can keep the changing bags. There's also another section on the other side where you can keep dirty clothes, and it's really long and spacious enough for you to change your baby. So should I need to change the baby at any point during Taraweeh, I can take a break and change her. Then I have my changing bag ready to go. I'll link it down below for you guys who are interested, but it is from Amazon. So yeah, that is usually the setup. I just open it up and I have everything ready there for me, ready to go. So in that goes. So next, on the occasions where I'm really looking for something to keep her occupied, but I want it to be something that's quiet, so I can't take a toy, I got this Happy Baby book. That is great for newborns, because newborns only see in contrasting colors, highly contrasting colors. So this one is her favorite, is the going out one, where it has all these different things you can see when you go out. So I'm going to take that and keep that in my handbag, so that during Taraweeh, if she gets fussy and I just want to sit down for a moment with her and just have her quiet, then I can use this as a tool. Okay, this just is, it's so tiny as well, like it doesn't take up any space in the bag, so I'm pretty happy with that. Again, it's also from Amazon. I will have it linked in the description box down below. We've actually been using those sets of books since she was a newborn, and ever since she can see, she loves them. And then I'm taking one outfit change, just literally one outfit change, and I really love the onesies from Next. I've tried different ones. I've tried some from Asda, Matalan and Next, and the Next ones are my absolute favorite. The quality is just absolutely amazing. So yeah, that is also going in my handbag with me, just in case we have a poop explosion and we need to change, or she soils herself in one way or another. I'm also taking a hat because it is still chilly sometimes in the evenings, and this burp cloth is amazing. It doubles up as a bib, and you can also use it as a burp cloth. I use it for so many different things, so I always have one of these in my handbag. Absolutely love this. It's from Amazon as well, 100% cotton. I'll link it down below for any mamas out there. The last case scenario, that something I always have in my handbag, is a dummy. My daughter's only taken a dummy one time in her whole life, but she did take it the one time I gave it to her, so I know that she's okay with it, and I keep it in my handbag in case, again, I need her to be quiet. So as you guys can see, there is still so much room in my handbag, room for a small bottle of water and a prayer mat if I have to take one with me. So that is perfect, and that's all we're taking to Taraweeh if I make it to Taraweeh. So that is a handbag already set to go to begin the month of Ramadan for the nights where I go for Taraweeh. Okay, the next thing I will be doing to prepare for Ramadan is doing the food prep, and I will have a specific video for Ramadan meal prep. So I just wanted to just put in this clip as just kind of like a reminder to say, don't forget to plan your meals. But I will be creating a specific video for a Ramadan meal prep, but that's also another thing that I'm thinking about. I'm also thinking about the different type of things we might like to eat during Ramadan that I can make ahead of time and keep in the refrigerator, because ain't nobody got energy to be spending a whole lifetime in the kitchen during the month of Ramadan, especially not me when I wake up like after having 2 to 3 hours of sleep. And I have broken sleep all the time because I have a newborn. Like, I just don't have time to waste. So yes, meal prep is definitely something that I'm going to be focusing on doing this year, inshallah. So watch out for that video coming, inshallah. As well as the meal prep video, there will also be a Ramadan clean with me video. That's also something else that I'm doing to prepare for Ramadan, and I will be sharing that with you guys, inshallah. But all in all, this is it. I'm keeping it very simple this Ramadan, inshallah. I'm trying to anyway, because like I said, I still have a baby who's very much dependent on me, so I can't go crazy with it. So I hope that this was helpful to those of you who have little children or newborns as well. And I hope that the tips at the beginning remains helpful to anyone, whether you're a mother or not. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for all of your love, all of your kind words throughout the years. I really appreciate it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with a brother or sister that you know of whom you feel may benefit from the content of today's video. And inshallah, I will see you guys in my next one. Asalamualaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.